Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is an honor and privilege to be amongst the icons this morning. Jermaine Dupri, good morning, sir.
What's happening?
What's happening?
Yeah.
Everything good?
Of course.
Uncle Luke!
Hey, what's
in the
up,
building.
My Capricorn twin brother.
Exactly. We share the same birthday.
Lord, oh my gosh. I mean, he literally just told me, and I said, oh,
birthday.
okay.
And almost every year, Luke try to get me in trouble. Thanks, Luke.
It's only right.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not been to Hulu already to experience the experience that is better known as Freaknik, the wildest party never told, I suggest you do so. Executive producers Luke Campbell, JD, 21 Savage masterfully put together a narrative surrounding a event in Atlanta that is longfully missed.
Man, iconic. I was actually there last night, and I had a chance to look. You guys did a great job.
Thank you.
Luke, I gotta say, you brought the freak to Freaknik, and I said, that was really true, because I remember like being in the car. I used to go with my older sister, and they would stop on I-285, and it was just dead still traffic, and all you put your hand down, now your back down on the hydraulics, so everybody doing the hydraulics like in the middle of the expressway. So I said, yes, Luke definitely played a big. I'm not telling you, I was in the car observing. Okay, I didn't have on any booty shorts. I had on baggy clothes.
Stop it.
No, I was too.
She should not have had them on at
She
that
had
age.
booty shorts.
No, I promise you, I did not. Like my sisters, like
They have it. So you telling them you snitching on your sister?
yeah, she know. Look, I was just observing, so it was a good time for me.
Why was this story so important to be told?
This is actually the first story of Southern hip hop in Atlanta. The rise of Atlanta's music in this era of hip hop that's ever been told. We've never had a story told about the South and how why So Def is so synonymous to Atlanta. Of course, I'm here. I'm from here, but why do people around the world associate Jermaine Dupri with Atlanta so much? And Freaknik is the backbone to that, and a lot of other, Outkast, the same thing. All of us was out in the streets using this platform as a platform to springboard all of our brands, and the story's never been told. I mean, I'm just talking about the music part of it, like that part of it, of how people say that the South been running hip hop for the last 25 years or 30 years. What stories do we have that's out there that's been put on this level of platform? So shout out to Mass Appeal, Hulu, Disney for allowing us to let this story be told and the world to be able to see it.
I thought you guys did a very good job of displaying like the hairstyles and the jewelry, some of the cars, of course, back in the day. How did y'all get all of that material? How did you gather all of that?
I mean, we got on the internet. We got on the internet just like anybody else. People like, when y'all be talking, when y'all be like, I need a nail tech in Miami today. I need, what I mean? The same thing. Like at first it was just, we was finding, footage different places, but then they was like, yo, JD, will you go on Instagram and tell everybody, send their footage? Because it was also
so
it was people that was in my Twitter page, like, you need to see my footage. I got all the footage, and everybody think they got all the footage, right? Like they was the only person with a camera. So it was so many people that was like that wanted to be, they wanted their footage to be put into this thing so people could see it.
Nice. I really didn't know like the history of it. Like it started in the 80s, 5 college students, because I came in again in the 90s on the tail end of it. So I'm thinking like, oh yeah, we just pull up. Again, I was too young to get in any clubs, so you should just ride around and just find traffic, right? So I just did that, the history part of Freaknik. That was interesting to me because I never knew like where it came from.
Right. I mean, just like JD was talking about when it came to the footage. When we started off this journey of doing this, my garage is full up with footage. Just so you know.
What kind of footage, Luke?
Galveston.
Don't be talking about Galveston, bro.
Myrtle Beach.
Well, oh my gosh.
Got all the footage.
What type of footage is it? Is it a loop party?
Got all the footage.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Don't be talking about Galveston, bro.
Yeah, see, oh no, and I have Cancun.
Oh, you got Cancun.
Yeah,
see, he has the. Oh, you got it.
I got him.
I was just about to say, do you have Tigger in any of them?
Yeah, so I mean, it
Oh
might be pretty.
Lord.
So we ain't got the woods yet.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
But no, I mean, it's just the story. It's like for me, I have so many stories. When I just started out getting ready to do this biopic, I looked at the script, and the script said, all these different stories that was not told in the script. And so for me, it was important to do this doc as a part of my story that would probably have not gotten into the biopic and many more other stories that we're going to shoot and put out.
Nice.
So I mean, this was a dope experience, But I think I did see you.
No, you did not. You lying. I promise you didn't see me.
When I brought the freak.
No, you lying. See, this is clear. This is clearly your birthday twin because
You out there.
the freak.
I wasn't old enough. I saw some of them late. I'm like, I
What you
want to
should've
be
said.
like them when I get older.
What you
But
should have said
What?
is that you went to the innocent party that was happening.
I didn't go to a party.
From the ladies and gentlemen from
No.
HBCUs. And so
No.
I went there on a little picnic, but then I did not go to the part when Luke came here.
well, I know no because I was there.
I was
Look, I was there. But then, JD, I like how you guys talked about the rise of Freaknik, and then like I was old enough where I could really participate in some of the Freaknik things, but the decline of it as well. No, I'm not like that. I'm just saying I was able to go. No, leave me alone. We used to pull up the Greenbrier Mall and just different places. I was never able to get in the clubs because again I was still young.
Yeah, I mean,
So I thought it was
for
important.
people that don't know anything about Freaknik, you got to let them know every part
Yes.
of it.
I loved it.
The parts that in the song "Welcome to Atlanta," I say, I don't know about you, but I miss the Freaknik. Like, I'm sure people want to know why I miss Freaknik. If you want to know why, you should watch this because this is, but it's also, the things that brought me to saying I miss it. You know what I'm saying? So you can't have the good without the bad.
Absolutely.
Love it,
Listen,
love
we
it.
got Uncle Luke and JD in the building.
Yeah.
Freaknik. The
Out
wildest
right now.
party never
Out
told.
right now.
All right,
Right now. It's out right now.
I don't
Streaming
want to
on
give it
Hulu.
away.
We got more with them when we return next with the Big Ticket Morning Show with Jazzy McBee on V103. Big Ticket Morning Show with Jazzy McBee, V103, the ATL's #1 for hip hop, R&B, and throwbacks. Jermaine Dupri and Uncle Luke
Yes.
is
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
building.
We in here.
On Hulu right now. If you dare, you might be in some footage. Because I've seen at least one person that I knew, like not no celebrity.
You did say that. You did say that. He's like, yo, I think I see somebody.
I don't think I saw. I stopped it.
Real?
And it was like, oh.
Now you know why she was like.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying. Some of you Grady babies was made at the Freaknik
Right, so some of these
in Atlanta.
some of these parents cannot judge, especially watching some of that, the footage in the video. I don't want to give a lot away because I can talk all day about the
they gotta
video,
go see
and because it was just so good to me. It was just real.
So we mentioned earlier you brought the freak to the Nick.
Yes,
sir.
he did.
I mean, aside from you being who you are, why do you think that was a necessary element?
Well, I mean, it's crazy because I didn't know it was this innocent party. I'm at the height of my
Really?
career, and I heard freak. It's like there's something freaky going on in Atlanta, and I'm like, okay, I'm the king of freaks. So
blaming you.
let me take my freaky self on down there, and before you know it, we just got here, landed, the plane and everything, and before you know it, we start hitting the clubs and just turning up, So at the end of the day, they started, organizing. They did concerts in the park and all that, and those went well. And then you had after parties, and then you saw the decline. That's why we show that in the film. Where it became a public nuisance for the local government, and at that time, that's when it became a chase. We used to do these chase parties. where we'll go in the underground and do a party, and then the police come in and shut it down, and then we'll go to another party, then at the end of the day we end up all at 112
until like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Until 8 o'clock in the morning, and then what you take to Nico, you take to the Nico.
Oh Lord!
And that's the other party.
Wow.
So I have to ask a question.
Nico.
So JD, Luke, do you guys think that Freaknik can be relived or redone?
Relived or redone? No, not to the level that it was. But it could definitely be something that's put in place that could kind of give you that energy. I actually heard Luke say something today early this morning that was like, we can make it more like Woodstock, and we put it out in a space that would be like Burning Man or something like that, where people have no choice but to be, participate and not go against what's happening.
Right.
Because that ultimately was what the problem is. The problem is that the people, after so long, with so many people out here, they have nowhere to go. Right. You know what I mean? Atlanta's still, unfortunately, on the entertainment side, a small city, right? We don't even have no big clubs no more than that. Compound is we don't have a big club in the city. Everything is lounges, so it definitely wouldn't work in the city right now because everything will be packed and it'll be people just overflowing in the street again, and it'll be the same thing. We gotta, like Essence Fest, when all the black people go to Essence to New Orleans at 8 o'clock, they got a place they gotta go, and they put everybody inside that dome. And the streets of New Orleans is empty at that point, right? And that's the only way I could see that it could come back is that you got to give these Negroes somewhere to go
outside of these streets.
Outside of these streets.
Yeah, it can. I always look at it from the standpoint if you take something that people deem negative, you create a positive out of it, and it'll be a beautiful thing. And that way, it can be a situation where you can have all the elements that you saw in the film. These HBCU students being involved because I'm pretty sure they got marketing departments and some of these colleges, and let them be a part of the market and then donate majority of the proceeds to it back to these HBCUs where kids, I think that
there's a way to do it.
It's a way to do it, just like JD say, on the level of Woodstock or something like that, but being in a positive way and having the concerts and all that.
Now, would you be bringing the freaks back to Freaknik?
Of course, he got to be involved, like regardless of how.
Why are you looking at me like?
Listen, regardless of how it happens, Luke has to be involved. I think.
Oh my God!
I honestly think that's the problem with it. It was 5 college kids that created this, and when the city got involved, and we showed this in the doc, when the city got involved, nobody that was on their team to help keep it in the city was part of the 5 people that started it. Right? You can't, you know what I mean? And I think that's the biggest problem. It was created by them. They created it. It was their idea. Just like he was saying, the word freak, they got that from a Chic record, right? Don't nobody even know that. Right? It don't have nothing to do with Luke. Like, that's like, for everybody out there that has like some bad to say about Freaknik, and you believe that the freak part has something to do with the 2 Live Crew and Luke Skywalker, it don't have nothing to do with him.
Go watch the documentary.
Yeah, it don't have nothing to do with him.
And that was the most important part of it, because the average person think I created Freaknik. And so when we started, brainstorming and doing this project, it was more about, telling the true story of it. And just like JD said, so many things and so many people came here, and then they ended up staying here from the music industry, and before you know it, Atlanta became this mega music industry hub for everybody.
Yeah. Talking to Uncle Luke and JD this morning about the Hulu presentation of Freaknik, the Wildest Party Never Told. A lot of those elements from that time period, which Grady Baby so longfully referred to as, I miss old Atlanta. Do you think was it that just the energy, or it was just the time would it be hard to really recapture that? I mean, we talked about having it in the space, but now we got cell phones and social media.
It's also carefree. I mean, I think people talk about the phones, but you gotta have a carefree mind state. Like, I don't know young kids to get into cars and drive nowhere, right? I see people on their Instagram showing what kind of plane they in. You got younger generation that's already acting like they flying private, right? So their mentality is somewhere else. This mentality is, we ain't really got no money. This ain't about having money.
Right.
This is about us getting to the destination. And like it was a girl that told me. They used to go to Freaknik with no money. Like they had enough money. Listen, they had enough money to have gas, and they would get in their cars. But they was pretty enough that they knew when they got to Atlanta that the guys was gonna give them stuff for free. That's we don't have that mentality no more.
No.
Right.
You know what I mean?
A lot of girls do go to the club and stop by the guys who got all the bottles.
Yeah, they still doing that. They doing that.
I was about to say they're
especially
still
in Miami.
doing that.
In Miami and Live.
They're still doing that.
You get what to them. You get at the table and live. You good for the week.
Right.
Exactly.
Speaking of stories, earlier JD was saying this is one of the first.
This is the first.
This is the first story really about Atlanta, the music, the culture. Both of you were very outspoken during the 50th year of hip hop about the disrespect of the South, or lack of interest or platform, if you will, for the South. As we move past the 50th, how do we ensure that the South gets the respect it deserves?
I mean, this is the start to make sure everybody watch this. I mean, I think, I was going to say that a minute ago. The disrespect is still there. When you ask why is 21 Savage part of this, right? That means you don't understand that Freaknik is like hip hop to Atlanta. It don't matter how old you are. That's what she was just saying. She was too young to get in the parties. I was too young to get in the parties. But if you from out here and you lived in this city, you was affected by Freaknik in some kind of way, right? It's no way you and your mother was going around to any stores out here, driving around doing whatever. The effect of Freaknik affected everybody in this city, white, black, Chinese. It don't matter what creed, color, whatever you were. If you was around here when Freaknik came out, you was affected. So it don't matter how young the person was, right? And like he said, 21 is almost paying homage to what was happening in the city that he lives in, right? So all we did was pay homage to a younger person that's showing, he hires Luke to come perform at his party. So I just think that's when people act like he shouldn't be involved, that means they don't know the history of this city. This is Atlanta history. This is Atlanta's, the South, hip hop, the rise of this city and what's happening in this city and how it happened. And like I said, this is a 30-year overdue story to me. It should have been told a long time ago, but I mean, we here now. So hopefully people understand that.
Right, I love it.
How does
Well, I mean, it's always been that way, especially for me. I always thought I was the Rodney Dangerfield of the music industry. No respect.
Right.
I got no respect. I ain't getting no invites to the BET Awards, no invites nowhere. I mean, so it always been that way. But then at the same time, I was in this business, I grew up mad. I was mad, pissed off at the industry, pissed off with everybody, that was in the industry. I felt like I was an outcast because, I kind of created something that people weren't happy about, when it comes to, this music in the South. And so, just like you say, when the 50th came around, we weren't originally involved, in the Grammys. We just started screaming on social media, and before you know it, they created a space for us. But the unique part about it is them not telling the stories from my perspective and us in Miami is that now I get to do all those stories in a film form. So Freaknik had to be the first one. Then you'll have, another one after that. You'll have biopic. You'll have this other project that I'm partnering with LeBron, and you'll have another project I'm partnering with Strahan and Prime, and so we'll get to tell those stories from our perspective, and then I'm pretty sure others will tell stories from their parts. I love to see a 3-6 Mafia story. I love to see, a Petey Pablo story, and the rest of the stories from great guys in Atlanta.
Is there a documentary about the parental advisory sticker?
Hello?
That we'll cover that a little bit in the
I just want to thank you for that, by the way.
we'll cover a little bit of that in the movie that I'm doing with on my biopic with Will Cocker.
Oh, nice.
Cover that.
Oh, that's gonna be dope. That's going to be dope. Listen, keep it going, JD. Keep telling the history of Atlanta, man, being our official but unofficial mayor of Atlanta, and then
and the unofficial mayor of Miami.
I was about to say that the unofficial mayor of Miami. I'm loving it, and it brings great energy.
Thank you.
Indeed. Hulu, the Wildest Party Never Told.
Yeah, it's out today.
Go get it. Freaknik, Wildest Party Never Told. Good to see you. You already know. We got to talk about this Galveston footage, bro.
Oh yeah, I got the footage.
Yeah. Oh Lord, I gotta see it because I'm gonna have some dirt on. I'm gonna have some dirt on Tigger, baby. All right, we got it. We gonna get together because I got to see this footage.
Oh my God!
I have to see it. Okay.
Cancun was better. Anyway, thank you.
Okay.